Today we have kind of a special request. On one of my videos, we had a very kind viewer. His name is Daryl B 2053. He requested me to take a check at some of these Sony. I think he said a Panasonic as well, but I found these three Sonys and I'm pretty sure he was talking about these. But I did find this one as well in the pile, and it's similar. I think this is a little higher of a model. These are ICF-5500W, and this one is an ICF-5900W. I don't know. These are AM, FM, PSB was public service band. Is that what PSB is? Public service. And this one is shortwave, so FM, medium wave, and shortwave 1 through 3. So I don't know. We're going to kind of take a quick look at these and see which one may be in condition where it can at least be played. I'm not sure the condition. This one looks to be the best condition, but you know, you can never tell. This one, the power button was broken off, but whoever packed it originally was kind enough to tape the broken knob to the top, which is very nice, because at least we got the knob. You know, if the knobs are one of the few things, cabinet parts and knobs, you know, once they're gone, unless you have spare parts sets, which in this case we may have a spare part set. But you know, in the long run, I like to get them all working. There's always someone that shows interest, and I'd rather somebody get enjoyment out of these radios rather than them just being parted out and trashed, if you know, at all possible. Let's see. I don't know. We're gonna have to. I guess we'll open them up one at a time and take a check and see what's going on. I guess in a way it would depend on if you were interested in shortwave. I don't know. I mean, public service band. I think that's what that means, and I'm assuming it says on the dial marine weather. It looks like what else is on there? And that's about it. There's really not. Maybe police band? I don't know. I'm not sure. But you know, I have worked on these radios in the past, and just like Sony fashion, these are IC based radios, and there is on one of these I had replaced an audio IC, which was kind of difficult to get, and I found a seller in China that was selling them, and I had purchased 10 of them, and out of the 10, only one of them was good, which is all I really needed. But I mean, you know, that's kind of what you got to deal with sometimes when you're trying to get parts. Alright, so let's see. Let's go ahead and let's see. We'll open one of them up for. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll go ahead and just plug them in and see if any of them do anything first. Alright, let me get set up and I'll be right back. Let's take a quick look at this one. Here's the broken switch. I'm assuming the switch still works. It's just, yeah, it looks like it still works. I'm going to go ahead and try to put some batteries in it, I guess. It doesn't look like these work on AC power unless you have an adapter, which I probably do somewhere, but I don't know where. I am just not sure where. So we're going to go ahead and cut open some new Duraleak batteries. They had a whole bunch of these at the grocery store, actually. So I just bought them all for $1.65 for 3. I figure even if I just used them once and threw them away, it's probably worth that. I mean, who really uses C batteries anymore, right? You don't really get too much of that anymore. Alright, let's see. You can put... this is an interesting battery cover. I guess you put it one in that way, one in that way, then you put the middle one in. Oh, these batteries still have the battery indicator on them. Hadn't seen that in a while. Unfortunately, this radio I realized was missing the battery cover, which it's on the bottom. I guess we could maybe 3D print one if it made that much a difference, but I hate that. I hate when the battery covers are missing. Alright, let's see. That's on. That is a timer. Huh. Alright, well. It doesn't seem to do anything. Well, the radio's bass and treble control. That's kind of cool. How do we know it's on? Squelch, off, off. Since the knob, the switch is broken. Well, I mean, it clicked back. Pop-up antenna. Oh, that's kind of interesting. It's got a spring-loaded antenna. The other one's broken too. At least this one, the antenna's not broken too. The nameplate's missing, but it's there on that one. Well, we get nothing out of this one. Unless these batteries are dead. Let's see. Let's check out the built-in battery meter. Let's see what happens. Oh, there it goes. Oh, that doesn't look too good. I know these work on heat, right? It's very cold here right now, so I don't know if that's going to be effective. Let's grab one of my many multimeters. Put it on volts. Let's see if we got 1.5 volts. Yeah, 1.5 volts. Yeah, you know, these are the, I think, are the better Duracells too, right? The Quantum. I don't know. I don't know how old these are. There may be a date on them. Let's give a quick check to all of these. Make sure they're all good. 1.5. I think these batteries usually have a very long shelf life if they don't leak. So, all right. Well, let's slide these. This one so far does nothing, and I can't really see in there if I put it in the right way. Let's try the second one. Let's try this one right here. Let's see if this one will do anything. You never know. Right? Let's see. Oh, this one's missing the battery cover too. Oh well. 3 radios, 1 battery cover. Well, the odds aren't the greatest, but I like to just hear it work anyway. Alright, let's see. Oh, you know what? This one just did something. Aerial, squelch. Very dirty tuning capacitor. And no FM. So FM doesn't work. And we don't know if this works because I'm not sure what's supposed to be on it. It's strange that... Okay, I see. Alright, so when it's off, the timer takes over. Otherwise, it's on. Okay, I got you. So let's try that other one again, just to make sure. This one semi-works. That's a semi-worker. This one's in the nicest condition with a good antenna, battery cover. So it'd be nice if this one worked. So let's give this one another whirl. I think it went this way, I don't remember. One or the other, I think it went this way. Alright, let's see. So, I did notice on the other one that this meter was, well actually now it's, when you turn it on, I noticed that meter moved right away. This one's not doing nothing. This one's not doing a thing. So, you know, let's open this one up. What do you think, guys? Let's open this one up. Let's take a check. See what's going on the inside. Something tells me that this radio is made very well. It feels like it's made very well. We're going to see. Now I get a lot of comments from people that don't like the fact that I ramble on or whatever. But you know what? I like to make this channel to have fun. I like it to be more hangout. You know, when you get together with people, you sit and you talk. There's plenty of channels. There's so many channels where there are guys and girls that repair this stuff. There are channels where guys and girls actually do full restores of this kind of stuff. I mean, if that's the kind of stuff you're looking for, that's great. But I do and I can repair this stuff. Whether I'll ever do like a full restoration on any of this stuff, probably at some point, and the video would be geared towards that. It would definitely be geared towards a full restoration. But otherwise, if I do repair something, usually I'll just get to the point, get it repaired or whatever, having fun doing so. Lots of chatter in the meanwhile, just to have fun. So you can always skip through it if you want. You know, I don't, if I make a mistake or whatever, I don't take it out either. You know, everything stays in. But, you know, being hateful because you don't particularly like something, you know, I don't really see the purpose for it, to be honest. I really don't see the purpose, but not that I'll ever stop it, but oh well. I'm just telling you, this is the way I do it. This is what I do. I don't make money on this. This is just fun for me. So, it is what it is. Anyways, now for the fun part. Look at that circuit board in there. That is a circuit board. That is one busy looking circuit board. It seems like it may have a little bit of goo on it, but I don't know, maybe it was wet at one time. It's hard to tell. Well, the speaker, you know, it had like a little sponge up against it. I assume that's the speaker magnet. And that's what those little crumbles are. It's from the little deteriorating sponge that was on there. How does this circuit board come out? Is it just these little clips, or here's a little clip right there? You know, I don't see any screws. let's see. I don't want to break it before I do anything else to it. Let me see if I got it. Let me grab a smaller screwdriver here. A smaller common head screwdriver. Yeah, I talk too much, huh? I talk too much. Oh well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know, when I was younger, I used to hang out in TV shops and repair centers. And I'll be honest, the best time that I ever had was just BSing with the guys. So, don't get me wrong, finding the problem or finding a proper repair for something, you know, that's great. I mean, there's nothing, you know, it feels really nice when you take something that's otherwise scrap and you make it work, right? It gives you a pretty good feeling. But, you know, while I was learning this stuff before, when I was just a kid, that was fun. That was fun to me. That was the best times that I had. I would rather do that than anything else. Especially, you know, when I was growing up, I grew up right in the middle of the disco era, and you know what else happened during the disco era? Let me see if I can get that knob off. I don't want to make any dents in the plastics. I'm going to try to get it off from back in here if I can without damaging anything. It's hard to see in there, but you know what? I'm going to pause it for a second. Okay, well, I got the knob off anyway, but I'm going to pause it for a second and figure out how to get this board out, and then I'll come back. So I got the board out, and basically the only thing that held it in were the knobs, and it was a very tight fit. But this little nut was in there. This bent little whatever this is was laying in there somewhere. And this broken piece of plastic was in there. And the speaker just kind of fell right out. I don't know, there was nothing holding the speaker in, which is, I don't know if that's normal or not. It does have a little, is there damage on there? No, yeah, no it isn't. It's just a little bit of glue or something. Speaker's not damaged. So definitely had something in there that was either wet or something. It was in there at some point. Doesn't look too bad. The circuit board itself looks pretty clean besides. Well, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and get the power supply here. Oh, I guess it's 4.5 volts. We'll see if we can get anything out of it. Maybe wasn't making good connection. The batteries aren't making good connection or something. I don't know. We're going to find out though. Because I'm pretty sure I thought I felt a spring in there, but now there's no spring here. Now why not? I don't know. There's definitely no spring here. Looks like the memory card ran out again. Good thing I have 6 billion memory cards, and every one of them is full. Anyway, we're back, so it's okay. So, what I do notice is I could look at the little amp meter on the power supply, and the switch is on, and you get absolutely nothing. So, I mean, even if there was a problem, you'd think you'd get something. So I'm trying to follow these wires, and it looks like the switch, this power switch here, is connected through this timer, and then the timer is connected directly to this the ground here, which is grounded on that transformer. But I don't see any other wires. I know this speaker is going to wind up coming off. Those wires are going to come off. I wish it was on a plug. That would be nice. I could disconnect it. I guess I could unsolder it. But now, I was trying to find where the wire, so the plus, which is here, connects to here, and it's got some kind of goo on there. But the traces are they all look pretty good. This goes, I don't want to poke a hole in the speaker. It comes back here, and it's a little, I don't know if that's battery leakage or whatever, but we're going to clean that up in a little bit. But it goes to here, and it goes to the, this which would be where you plug an AC adapter in. And I'm looking at that, and something doesn't look right about that in the hole. So I'm going to assume, and I'm pretty sure that the problem's going to be right over here, why we don't have any power. So, unfortunately, this is almost ridiculously hard to get the circuit board off of this frame. But we're going to have to do it somehow or another. But I do think it's time to get that speaker out of the way for now. It's just too much. I can see the wires are getting a little frayed too, so there's one. There's two. Bye-bye, speaker. Alright, so let's see if I can push something in there just to get it straight. You know, it doesn't feel too good, whatever that is. But, you know, this should be in the middle like that. It shouldn't be bent to the side like that, so I'm assuming that's what happened. Somebody shoved something in there and broke it. Okay, look at that. Yeah, it certainly does look like it's that. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead and remove all the solder from those three traces. Then we'll just resolder the whole thing back on there. I have a feeling that's going to make it work. Let's see. I have to grab a new roll of... Actually, this one's okay. This one's got some in there. Alright, let's see. I want to break that antenna. It's still good. I think the other one, the antenna's broken. Let's see. We can get all this cleaned up here. And then I think if we resolder, let's see what happens. I think maybe that'll probably fix it. I don't know if there's more than two. Is this part of it here? I guess it don't matter. We can just unsolder it anyway. It's hard to tell. This one, let's see what we did so far. If we can push the... Okay, yeah, I can see the things moving in there now. There you go. Now they're in the hole. Is this, you know, I think this one here is also, I think the one here is also one, but this one doesn't look broken, but could be bent. Yeah, let's It'd be nice if I could get some, without removing this whole board, if I can get something in there. You get out of here for now. Let's see. It's right in like the hardest spot to get to. So we'll get it. We'll get it. Let's see if we can just push it in. There's one. Yeah, there you go. It's pushing into the hole right now. Alright, let's see. Let's grab some solder. And we'll go ahead and solder that back end. We'll solder that back on. Let's see if that makes it work. I don't know. There's only one way to find out, right? Ooh. This one here is not really wanting to solder. Oh, there it goes. It did now. I guess we just didn't have it hot enough. Alright, let's see. Did it stay? And it stayed in the middle, too. That's good. That's good. Alright, so... let's touch it on there and just see if the meter moves any. If we see it drawing amperage, we'll know. Absolutely, it's drawing a little amperage now. So I think that probably did it. That would be an easy fix if that's all it is. Let's solder the speaker back on and see what we got. And I'll tell you what, let's see, hold on a second here. All right. Now we got speak. Let's see, neg, pause. I hear something. There you go.
Lovers, it's time for another edition of the Vacation. Point of death. Por eso está haciendo el juego. Ojete.
Right, well, we have some... Looks like we have a very dirty switch right there for the band selector. So we're going to have to spritz a little stuff in there. But that was an easy fix, huh? AM.
Please, for their sake, don't do this. Find a way for God. You know, if he's forfeited
And the
his
tuning
right to
meter
live with
works.
his wife as his wife, that's fine.
So
Church, force switch.
let's turn that off for a second. So that was an easy fix. So the only thing that we got, maybe we could try to figure out, is a way we could fix this. What I was thinking was maybe we can clear that piece out of there. I could screw like the shaft of a screw, or maybe heat something up and shove it in there. Because I mean, if we ruin the switch, so what? It's ruined anyway. And if worse comes to worse, we can remove the switch out of this other radio to make one good one. But I'd certainly like to try and figure out a fix for this. I think that would be kind of cool to do. The hardest thing is probably going to be getting this piece out of here. Maybe, let's see. I don't know. I'm not sure what to use. Maybe the tip of a razor blade, maybe. You know, I have a feeling that it's in there really tightly. And if it's in there really tightly... Oh, no, wait a second. Oh, go, man. Is it coming out? Nah, no, it's not. Oh, maybe. Came up a little bit. See, now, isn't this fun? Watching me pick the remnants of a switch out of a knob. I mean, come on. Wouldn't you rather watch this than someone show you how to use an oscilloscope? I mean, there are plenty of videos out there of people using oscilloscopes and signal generators and all this other stuff. I got all that equipment, but who cares? This is much more fun, isn't it? Come on, guys. Come on, girls. Look how much fun this is. And it's not even working. It's just bending the tip of the razor blade. It came up a little bit without poking my finger would be nice. Alright, let's see. What I was saying before, you know, when I was younger, we used to hang out at while all my friends were going to clubs with their fake ID. I was hanging out at a TV shop, learning from some really good guys. There was we had a couple of guys that worked at these places that were really good at that, at what they did. And then, you know, there was also some idiots. I remember there was one guy that I don't want to say any names, but he's probably not alive today anyway. But there was this one guy that if he couldn't fix something, he would destroy it. And he couldn't fix a lot. He was really not good. And the owner of this TV shop was a very strange guy. He always... I don't know what his deal was, but he never wanted to say anything. If something was wrong, he just would not say anything. I mean, people would steal, and he didn't say anything. And it was actually pretty nasty to watch. But that's what, you know, that's what he did. That's the way he did it. And, but anyway, this one guy, it all came to a head one day where there was another technician that worked at this shop, and they asked him to take a look at, I think it was a Sony, if I remember correctly, it was a Sony, like a 19-inch Sony television. And this first guy had looked at it, couldn't fix it, so what he did is he took the tip of a soldering iron and he burned holes in the flyback, in the yoke, in everything he could, and then he took like high voltage and popped the filament on the picture tube. I mean, he really destroyed this set. And then, but nobody knew he did that. But then the second guy comes to look at it, and he finds all this. And, you know, there's no way that the customer brought it in that way. So now the owner of the shop would have to pay, which is what he wound up doing. He paid the owner for a new television because he knew he could, what was he going to do? But the strange thing was, is the guy that did it, nobody said anything to him. Very strange, very strange. Nobody said anything, and what actually wound up happening is the one guy that was second to look at that television went up to the first guy and confronted him finally. Somebody confronted him, and they literally had a fist fight right there in the middle of the shop. And that was the end. So the first guy, that was the opportunity to get rid of him, and that's what happened. And I never saw him again. But what a goofy story. What a goofy story. You know what, let me try to think of something what to do, and then when I figure it out, I'll come back. And so what I think we're going to try to do is just Dremel. I could put a little tiny drill bit in there. This one isn't too big. It would be nice if it was straighter. You know, let me see, I have these, you know, this will probably work better. I have these little tiny micro bits that'll probably work better. If, let me see, I think I have a, you know what, I have a box here that has open ones in it. I don't have to deal with trying to open it. Stay up there. Alright, let's see. See, I got these little tiny, little itty bitty micro bits that should fit right into this, oh, get over there. What, I don't know, let me see I think we need a bigger collet for the thing there, so let me grab, let's see, this one here. Yeah, we got to put a bigger collet in there. Yeah, here's a bigger collet right here. So, what was that fell? I have no idea. So I think this, put the bigger collet, put the lock. That should be enough to get in there. Let's see. I don't think we have to make it too tight. Just to get that I think maybe I drilled a little hole in the middle of that. Maybe we can screw a little screw in there and pull it out. Maybe that'll work. So let me get that out and then I'll come right back. Alright, so what I did, I broke my little bit, but at the same time I was able to drill a little hole right in the middle there and make a little metal post. And at the same time I drilled a little hole in the knob. I left that piece in there, the piece that had broken off, and my idea was to just, because I used the screw and it's threaded, so I was going to try to screw it in there. Of course it's a little bit off center, so I think I got to do a better job getting it more towards the center, and it's a little small. So we're going to try that. And if I make it too big, we'll just fill it up with glue. Because that was my original idea, was to put glue and just stick it over there. And that would be it. But then I thought, if I can, because it's threaded, if I could just screw it down, it would be okay. But I'm not sure. I mean, it's screwing down now, but it's just off center. But I may be able to get it screwed into the right place. We'll have to see. There you go. There you go. Look at that, huh? Looks pretty good to me. Yeah, and that's it. That's the way it's going to stay. It's pretty solid. All right, let's get rid of these extra screws here. There you go, people. Oh, look, the wire came off the speaker. Like we didn't expect that to happen. All right, let me clean up a little bit here, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get this back together and see how it works. I think we're good with this. We're going to try to get it back together at least to a point, and see if how it works. I think these, I don't know which ones got a little plastic, one of these little covers. I think, well, this one's big enough where you can get it through the top, and not these. And let's see, there's two more, right? There's only two more, so I would assume they go on the top, right? I don't know. Definitely those. I mean, I guess they could go on the outside too. Are these there to prevent stuff from getting in here? I don't know. I'll leave that one off for right now, because I think we can get that one at least on from the outside. Hold it this way till I get it in there, and then we'll see how our power switch looks when it's all together. Alright, this has to go up on the top here. The speaker, it seemed like the speaker just was laying in there, but there were no screws holding it on or nothing. I don't know. That's what it looked like. Okay, so they all have little they have those little black pieces. I don't know what you call them. I think that's what they are. It just prevents dirt from falling in there. And it looks better. Get that wire up. The thing is sticking to the magnet, so it's okay. Okay, this needs to go back like that. I think we're good. Let's take a quick look. That looks good. That looks good. And I think that one went in there, and that's it. Okay. So, and it looks like that sponge really would hold the speaker in place. It's kind of weird, but that's what we're going to do. That's how it looks like it was. So, let's put a screw or two in the back cover. And then I like to turn the screw backwards. I'll show you on the next one here. With these screws, because they're just bit in by the plastic. You can see it's already taken some of the plastic with it. But if you get it over the hole, turn it backwards till you hear that little click, and then turn it forwards, then the screw is taking the same path as it did the prior time it was taken out. And you're not, because if you put the screw in a different way than the prior, it just carves a new pathway, and you can only do that a couple of times before the hole is just completely worn out. How does that go in there? I hope I don't have to take that back out to put this in. It looks like, okay, there's two. It looks like, well, let's see. Oh, there you go. Okay, good. Look at that power switch. Look at that, huh? Perfect. You can't even tell that I fixed that. Let's hope it still works. We didn't really try it yet, so we don't know that it actually works. But you know what? Let's put batteries in it real quick, and then we'll play with it a little. Good. Put the knobs back on it. 3 batteries go in there. Let's see. Does it go that way? I don't remember. I think it went this way. Yeah, it goes that way. All right. Well, we need a volume. We need a volume knob on here. Was this the volume knob? I think it was. Yeah, that was volume. And then this is bass, treble. It's kind of cool that it has bass and treble. It has to go one notch over. Yeah, it goes like that. Okay. This goes here. Let's see. This is the selector, and the timer. Where's the timer? Here it is, right here. I'm pretty sure this went in there like that, and then this went above it. That's off. Let's see. Okay. Nice job, huh? Power switch works. We fixed and saved the power switch. Alright, so the antenna, it's kind of weird. I see, okay, so it just pops up. And that even works. Actually, this radio's not in bad condition. I guess it could use a little cleaning, but... We're definitely going to take the Sony tag off of that one that's missing and put it on this one. May as well. This one's got more broken parts on it. Alright, so looks like we did it. Looks like we made it work. Let's turn the power supply off here. Let's see this real quick here. Let's see how easy, if this will come off. I want to see this in its entirety. Watch, it won't. This is going to be stuck on there for good. Where's my little razor blade here? We'll try to. It looks like it's a pretty thick emblem, so hopefully it won't bend. Yeah, this is a heavy one. This is not too bad it was missing on the one, but I need to make sure I don't lose that. I got to put that back in the other. Alright, let's grab a little glue. I'll just use a little super glue on that. Here's those ridiculous tubes of super glue that you can only use them once anyway, so at this point we're just going to cut a little hole in the back here, let it spill all over our hands. Just squeeze a little bit of it out, if there's any left, and I don't even know. Oh yeah, there it is. Alright. It's amazing, these tubes of glue, only good for one shot. I've never had one that ever really did anything past the one use. Look how much nicer it looks. Ooh, look, a little bit of it squeezed out right there. We don't want that. We're not going to touch it though. We're not going to touch it. Just let it dry there for a minute. Get rid of that tube. Goodbye. It looks so much nicer with the nameplate on there. It's not perfect. It's got a couple of scratches on it, but it'll do. It'll do. All right. Let's give this radio, or let's give it a testola. She's done. Didn't have much wrong with it, but it had enough wrong with it. It had enough wrong with it that we made it work. Let's clear up even the dial looks good. I mean, I actually, before I put it together, I made sure I got all the fingerprints out of in there. So AM doesn't need this antenna, but we're going to pick it up anyway because it's good. All right, let's see.
KTNN, Window Rock, Tohatchee, Flagstaff.
We're an Arizona radio station, so this is a state away. So, you know, that's, I don't know, a couple of 100 miles away anyway from where I am.
To your best.
Next to the Whitcore Hotel, that was it. I got to play there. And
he is bringing a lot of money into the country. But how far do you
I like that it has a tuning meter
with this country?
This is JT for Las Vegas's premier cigar.
Those impediments that exist, you know, they're they, them in it. Good boy.
Holiday season, give the gift of Sage Spa gift cards for family, friends,
Where
or
is this?
yourself.
Number 4.
Turkey Day is football day. Gobble up all 3 big games on our beautiful
I know on
big
good,
screen.
well,
Every
on good
morning,
nights,
eat, play, and stay.
we could get KNX from Los Angeles, which
Book a room with a view for
is
$1.
just about 300 miles away from here. I think it's exactly 270 miles away.
Your choice of a whole
Um,
glazed ham or prime rib with 6 sides and dessert.
For cashback.
we know that's the camera making that noise. We've heard that before. See that?
With eco structure. I agree with you on that.
Encomendamos. Gracias, Señor, es contigo. Bendita eres el.
All right, let's try FM.
We're doing green ketchup for Shrek.
Yeah. Email in question here.
You know, FM is more line of sight, so you know you don't get skip on FM.
How much more? When can you pistol?
And we're also.
Lane had, and he says it's not enough.
family 4 back to go check out the movie Zootopia 2 coming up inside you.
Your current auto loan. More tools.
At the bottom.
Get a lot of channels on FM.
Penalties and interest.
Vegas is built on service.
Your lights on, please.
3 shifts a day.
All right, let's do this.
Vegas is
your
built
morning
on
begins.
service. Oh yes. I'd like to know what they're doing here with their service.
You know all the facts to
The
judge.
casinos decided that they were going to start charging for everything, and the craziest ideas. I just don't get it. You know, tourism is down, and they're wondering why. I'll tell you why. Because people don't want to spend $30 for a bottle of water. You know, the idea of coming to Las Vegas and losing your money didn't seem like such a bad idea when you can get dinner for a decent price or free. Getting comps was just part of the game here. But people didn't really seem to mind to give up $1,000 in a slot machine or a blackjack table. But now it's just so nuts. I don't know what they were thinking. To go ahead and charge resort fees at some of the casinos here are pretty nasty, I have to say. There's some nice ones, but some are pretty nasty, and even those, they're charging resort fees for what? Resort fee? I guess you pay resort fees so you don't get bed bugs. I don't know. It's such a weird thing to me. But anyway, that's what they decided to do, and you know, they kind of causing their own demise. I don't know. There's some of the CEOs and vice presidents now are admitting that they made a mistake, and I hope they change it soon. I think some of them had removed some of the fees, but you want people back. You got to give them something. You can't just take, take, and not give anything in return, which is basically what it is. I don't gamble personally, but anybody that does, I mean, think about it for a second. If you are going to give away your money for nothing, if you bought, I don't know, $100 in chips, and you're going to sit and play, if you lost it in 10 minutes, you feel, I mean, that would be a terrible feeling. If you lost it in a couple of hours and got a free meal out of it, at least you had some entertainment. I don't know. I've seen so many people that have said to me, I'm done. This is it. This is my last time. And I can't say I blame them. Here's the Weather Channel.
Address is weather.gov. The forecast for Boulder
Let's hear the weather.
Tonight, rain showers and slight chance of thunderstorms in the evening. Then chance of rain showers after midnight. East winds up to 5 miles per hour shifting to the north after midnight. Waves less than a foot. Lows in the mid to upper 50s. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with chance of rain showers and slight chance of
thunderstorms. The last 2 days, it's just been raining and raining and raining, and it never rains here. I think Los Angeles as well, they've been doing pretty bad.
Highs in the lower 60s. Chance of precipitation 50%. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy. West winds up to 5 miles per hour.
Yesterday it rained all day, and today on and off, but for the most part it was raining.
Partly sunny. A 20% chance of showers in the afternoon.
20% chance. Well, what was that? Let's see if we can find that again. What is it, 172? 174? Where does this start at? What is the start? 147. Basically all you can get on there is that Weather Channel. Let's go back to AM real quick. Let's see.
In Syria, or the people in Gaza.
What's this?
With Bill Williams on KBLA Talk 58.
This is definitely Skip. I wonder where it is. It's like 2 or 3 channels mixed up there.
Muchísimas gracias. Gracias a ustedes por la palabra.
I wonder what that was.
Cuarto de la temporada.
Done with everything else, you know.
It's not 1400. Yeah, I don't do this enough to know, but I know we don't have any music channels here on AM, so this is definitely either Utah, California, Utah, or Arizona.
Fox, they've done a pretty good job of that. $100 for $100, but
maybe digital, I don't know. We do have 1 or 2 digital channels.
Definitely not an improvement. It's a down.
Victims, prominent.
SL Sports.
I'm pretty sure that's a subcarrier right there, that hissing noise.
National Basketball Association.
College Football Ranking Committee.
Ever Love It on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts. You'll find me right here on KNX News.
See, there's KNX right there. And that's, like I said, Los Angeles.
It's a horrible.
It's about 300 miles away.
When I get those letters from IRS,
I know we drive to Disneyland. We used to do it quite often, and it's exactly 270 miles from here to Disneyland. So I think downtown is probably another 30 miles, maybe 40 miles west, so probably about 300 miles. But you know, we get KNX at night, you get it pretty good. You can listen to it pretty reliable.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-966-3144. That's 800-966.
Let's see if the timer works.
66-3144.
Sure does.
Optima Tax Relief. Actual client, some restrictions. Complete details.
One fixed power switch.
Hear the radio.
Pretty cool, huh?
They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling.
Not bad.
I'm not here to do that.
Anyway,
different. DRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the...
I think we're good. We got this one going. Not, you know, it was an easy problem, and that's pretty good. And I want to thank Daryl B2053 again for the suggestion. And I'm not sure where Daryl B2053 is from, but if you'd like to have one of these radios, let me know. If you're close by, at least, I can get one of these too if you want it. So let me know. And again, thank you so much. And I appreciate the comments. I appreciate good and bad, but just be kind. Come on, guys. Come on. The other people know who they are. There's no sense in being mean. I'm not that thin-skinned, but you know, there's a lot of people that do, and you never know what's going on in someone's mind. You never know what's going on in someone's life, why they may do things, why they are doing things, why they're not doing things. So, you know, just be nice. That's all I'm saying. Just be nice. Anyway, thank you again. I love all you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Maybe we'll do one of these other ones. Maybe the what is that one? The 5900? Maybe we can do that one. We'll see what's going on with that and see if that one will work. That one actually looks like a pretty nice radio too. Alright, again, thank you. Stay safe, everybody. Be good to each other. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.